pants, 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 pants. Never say die, Wangler. There you go. Come on, the Wanglers! And I've got a 4-pounder on the bank. Get in, you Wanglers! The Wanglers are back. It's been a while. Last properly went fishing in August, and that was that carp and cat fishing session that you'll see in a previous video. So I'm desperate to get out. Here I am. A fairly wet but quite pleasant January morning, just January, just about to turn into February. We're on the River Welland to try and catch some chub. I've had some success up here previously, which you'll see from other videos, but it is pretty much flooded. I'm going to have my work cut out, that is for sure. The river's high, but it's not really broken its banks. It's tanking through, so it's a case of just trying to find those little slack spots. And as you will see by a previous video, I have caught up here in similar conditions before, so I'm just desperate to get a line in the water, to be honest. So I'm going to give it a go. It's going to be tough for sure. I've got cheese paste, Calton's trusty cheese paste mix, the Wangler's secret trusty cheese paste mix, which I've caught loads of before. I've got some bread, sweet corn to loose feed, and maybe some luncheon meat to try. I've got a few hours, so we're going to give it a go. So we've had about 15-20 minutes in the first swim. No joy, it's very tricky. As you can see from the river, it's fast. A bit of foam coming through there, look. It's fast and high. I'm just trying to fish in this slack sort of here, just off this little gorsey bush. But then obviously you're at the risk of getting snagged, which I did in the end. There was a slack there, and that's where I've caught before, just down there. Quite a decent 3.5 pound chub from what I recall. So look, it's a beautiful day. I'm out on the bank. It is flooded, but we'll keep persevering. Just while I'm here, I thought I'd just show you. Try and fish light when I'm chub fishing. You have to, really, because you need to be mobile. You need to be moving every 20 minutes, half an hour. So you can't be lugging too much around. Just to take a rucksack, landing net, unhooking mat, obviously rod rest. The rest is just packed into my tracker rucksack there. I also use this very small, if you think that's the size of my hand there, it's just not much longer than the size of my hand, little tackle case. It's amazing how much you can get in there, really. So I've got swivels and quick links, clips. I've got anti-tangle sleeves in there. I've got a little few running rigs in there with a bead. I think it's a Fox little running rig set with a bead and a running ring, which is what I'm using today. And I'll just put a bit of line through that hole and attach a couple of big heavy shot on. These are all different heavy shots, a couple of weights, a couple of feeders, various kickers and bait stops and bits and pieces in there. Bait stops there, which I won't be using today. I've even got bait needles, an unhooking disgorger, some floats, all sorts, all in that tiny little case. And then really it's just kind of bait and bits and pieces in my bag. A few hook lengths pre-tied in here, ready in case I get snagged or whatever. I tend to fish, I think it's 6 or 8 pound sinking mono to a size 8 Corda micro barbed hook. So that's the setup. Right, let's see if we can get a few more. I'll say a few more. Let's see if we can get something. Anything. Come on, Chub. So I walked up, I don't know, 50, 60 yards. And there's a lovely little, such a chubby looking swim under a tree. And I've caught from here before. I think on one of the very early chub videos on my channel, on the Wanglers channel. If you look at that, I caught a £3.10, I think it was, chub out of here, and it just looks so chubby. I can get to it and everything. The trouble I've got today is it's running through there pretty hard still, so whether I'll be able to keep a bait in place, whether there's all snags under there that the sort of flood is covering up, I don't know. It might be a bit of a one cast wonder, this. Try and flick it in under the tree and just see if I get any attention. Like I say, there's a good chance I'm going to get snagged up, but I think it's worth a try. It just looks so chubby. I can't resist it, and I've caught from here before, so I'm going to give it a little go. I'm just going to try and underarm and swing in. I'll try and film it. A little bit of cheese paste just to get it under that tree, and we'll see. I say it's running a bit hard, so I think it's going to be tricky, but we'll give it a go. I think I just had a tap then. Let's try again. Up to the third swim. I've fished here before, I've caught here before. Again, it will feature on one of my former videos. It's a nice little slackish inside track, just pretty much under my feet, but I can fish sort of from under my feet to about 10, 15 feet away. So I'm just going to try this little inside slack here. Like I say, I have caught here before, so you never know. And there's another similar sort of inside slack just the other side of the little bit of a bushy growthy thing in the water, so we're definitely going to have a little go here. 15-20 minutes and see if we can get anything out. I definitely think I had a knock in that last swim. Don't think I caught it on camera, unfortunately, but it was just one short sharp knock and then nothing. Could have been a bit of debris coming down the river and hitting the line. Don't know, felt like a knock, but nothing after that. So yeah, don't know. Anyway, we'll try this swim here, and then there's probably one or two more further up, and then we'll have a little reassess and think about what to do next. Whether we come back down and try a couple of swims on the way back. Look, it's tough, it's flooded, it's fast, but it's not bust its banks. I've seen it flow faster. I don't know, it feels just about fishable, so everything crossed. There seems to be a pair of pants or something in this bush here, so I'll just show you that because it's very intriguing. Pants, 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 pants. Just quickly showing my setup. Very basic running rig, really. So here we have a running ring with 2 or 3 shots on it. Could probably get away with taking one of those off, to be honest, which I might do later. That runs up and down the line. Then we've got a bead here that sort of attaches or clips onto a swivel, but it is running, it will come off and run up the line like that, so it's all completely safe. Then we have a swivel, quick link, anti-tangle sleeve, and then I've got I think that's £6 sinking mono hook length to a size 8 long shank Corda micro barbed hook. I like the long shanks when I'm fishing with cheese paste because it gives me something to kind of mould the cheese paste around. This is the cheese paste I make myself, nice and tacky, nice and smelly, and we just wrap it around the hook like that. I do completely cover the hook. I know some people like to leave a point out. I feel it's so soft that you just strike through it anyway, and I've caught plenty of fish doing that, so I'll give that a little go, see if we can get one on the bank for you. Just going to underarm it into this little nearby slack. It's very tough conditions, but you know, we're out here trying, we're wangling. You decide what the W stands for, by the way. So yeah, it's called fishing not catching. I think it's very unlikely this is going to be anything other than a blank, but you never know. I will keep trying to the very end, and yeah, I do think there's a few swims that are fishable, but the ones that I fished in I've just had nothing. One knock, I think, one knock under that tree, which I will try again on the way back. Just keep going. Never say die, wangler. So here we are, back in the car. Called it a day. Fished for 2.5–3 hours on the Welland near Stamford in the Midlands. It was a blankety blank, I'm afraid. I don't get many of them up here, to be fair, but it was flooded really, very high, very fast. It wasn't easy. I do think I had a couple of knocks. I definitely had a knock in the swim under the tree, and then on that corner swim I think I had a bite, but it's hard to tell with the current, the way it is. You get caught in the current and the rod sort of goes with the current, and then even when you strike, if you're striking into a fast current, it does feel a little bit like you might have a fish on. So I don't know, I think I got a couple of knocks, but anyway, it's a beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful, after all the rain and cold weather we've had. So it's good just to get out, really. We'll be out again, hopefully. You know, the floods will come down, the water will come down. If it stays like this, that river will be perfect in 2 or 3 days. So hopefully we can get out again and get a couple on the bank to show you. I might put this one and another one together with me actually catching something. But anyway, it's called Fishing Not Catching and all that malarkey, and I think it's good to show the trials and tribulations of wangler's life. With that, please like and subscribe. Please feel free to go look back on some of my other videos where we do catch quite a few fish, especially the carp fishing adventure in France. Wanglers out. The wanglers are back, and we're on the Welland again. The same stretch as I was on last time when I blanked, when it was flooded. It's still pretty high and fast, but it's definitely not as flooded as it was before. I'm on the same stretch as I was before, although I did seriously consider going back to my old stretch, back down a couple of miles, back down river. But I decided to give this another go. When I started fishing here, this stretch, a year and a half or so ago, it was really prolific and I caught really well. The last 3 sessions I've had tough times, but I had it on the bones of its bum in the summer and flooded in the winter. So I'm hoping that today, where the conditions are a bit better, I can get something. It's March the 7th, so I've got a week just before the close season, so I wanted to try and get another session in on the river. So this is a last chance saloon. Last chance saloon, baby! We have cheese paste, we have some bread, and we have some sweet corn. cheese paste has done the most damage for me up here. I have caught on bread, but looking at the water and the conditions behind me here, I think it's looking like a cheese paste kind of day. So usual running rig, keeping it very simple, loose feeding some sweet corn, and we'll try and find some slack spots and give it a go. Let's see if we can get a lovely chubbly on the Bankly Spankly. Wanglers are back. You know what the W stands for. Well, you probably don't, but you can guess. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out a whole host of other jaw-dropping, action-packed, fun-filled adventures with the Wanglers. Let's get a chub on the bank. See you later, girlfriend. Moved up now. I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a real chubby looking swim. I've fished here before, I've caught fish here before. You'll see it in one of my earlier chub videos. It's a lovely overhanging tree. I just try and flick my bait in under the tree. It's really tricky because there's obviously the overhanging tree going into the water. There's all thistles and undergrowth going right into the water from under my feet, and it's a tricky little flick, but it looks so chubby. And I have caught there before once. I think it was a £3.10 chub, so that'd be lovely if I could get that today. And it's going to be a one-hit wonder, I think, because I'm going to be fishing like 6 feet from where I'm stood to try and clear all the debris on the riverbank. It's hard to even get there, to be honest, let alone fish it. So I'm going to creep down there. I think stealth is an important factor here. I'm going to try and creep down there, get all baited up here, and then literally just flick it in and give it 10 minutes. I think if there's anything under there, it's going to be a hit and hope pretty quick. Give it a go. Come on, the Wanglers! So much for stealth, baby. I'm in. To hit and hold now. Hope I can get it in. I'll play it really carefully now, out of the trees. Literally caught that like 6 feet away from me. Feels like a decent one. Come on, Mr. Chub. The time is up. Trying to wear it out really. You see it, there it is. Decent one, it's a decent one. Trying to get in that flow. That is a very nice chub in the net. It's a lovely chub. There she is. Beautiful. I'd say it's 3.5 pounds-ish. Quite a chunky one. Gave a hell of a scrap in that hit and hold situation. Mega that was. 4 pound chub. Hit and hold under that tree there. Real hit and hold job. It's hard to tell when you're getting bites because you get in the flow and the tip wraps around anyway, but you're looking for irregular movements. When it's in the flow, it's sort of fairly regular with the quiver tip. When you get a bite, it's a bit more jaggedy and a bit more irregular. I mean, basically that one just started wrapping around. Got into it and I got it in, but tricky, but really pleased with that. It's been a lean old spell for me up here. I fished it on some dodgy conditions. Last time I came up here, it was a bit more flooded and a bit more running a bit faster than it is now. The 2 times before that were in the middle end of the summer when it was red hot. The river was on the bones of its bum and it was tough. So I really nearly went and fished somewhere else today, but I'm stuck down here. I like it down here, and I've got a 4 pounder on the bank. Get in, you wanglers! So I've moved up now to the 3rd swim, or the pants swim as I like to call it. I tried this swim when I came up at the end of January. I had no joy then, but it's all a bit calmer today. I'd say the water's a good 1.5 to 2 feet lower than it was. It's not running quite as fast, and they're obviously feeding, as you saw from that 4 pounder I've just had. I have caught from here before. Again, watch one of my previous videos. I've had a couple out of here. And there's a couple of nice slacks along this little sort of 20-yard stretch. So there's probably 2 or 3 places I can fish. I've just loose fed a little bit of sweet corn. I'm going to stick with cheese paste. I think that's the bait to be using. I'm going to try and wangle a couple more out. Let's give it a go. I think I'm getting bites, and I think the chub are nicking my cheese paste. I've had this before in the swim. Come off! Bloody come off! I got caught around my quiver tip rest and it's bloody got off. That was definitely a fish on then. I do think they're a little bit smaller here, sort of the 2 pound mark, so probably a little bit harder to hook, but that was definitely fish on then. I'm going to put a little bit less cheese paste on, any cover the hook. Try and get. It's like too much in the flow. Let's try again. I think that's 3 or 4 bites now. I think that's 3 or 4 bites now. And that was definitely fish on. As I struck into it, the line stuck around my quiver tip rest, so I didn't get direct contact with the fish. Although I could feel the fish, I had to unhook my line from the rest. And I think it got away in that split second, which is really annoying. Wangler error there, really. I've made sure this time when I've put my rod on the rest that it's not caught underneath the rest. Whether that's killed it now, whether that bite has killed the swim, you will have to see. I've had this in the swim before where little twitchy bites and I can't hook one. So we'll just have to see. We'll keep trying, that's for sure. We're in. We are in. Whoa. Give me quite a scrap. I want to go down here and try and net it. I think it's bigger than the last one. Get a minute to rest.
Nice one.
Yeah, little chub.
Oh, chub, is it?
Yeah, 2.5 pound, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Sorry,
2.5.
I didn't see you. I didn't know.
No, it's fine. I was only nervous because I had a fish here.
Or camouflage.
2.5 pound river Welland chub.
What is it, a trout?
It's a chub.
Oh, okay.
It's about a 2 pounder.
Oh, nice.
2.5. I just caught a bigger one down there.
So you're putting him back?
I will put him back, yeah.
Filming.
Oh, sorry.
I don't know if you caught all that bit of chaos there. As I was unhooking that chub, a dog appeared. Made me a bit nervous. I didn't want it to go for the fish, obviously. Also had a sniff around my cheese paste, so to speak. But the very nice owners eventually came and sorted it out. Got the dog under control, so it's all good. But in the kerfuffle, and then wanting to get the fish back safely, I didn't weigh it. I think it was 2.5 pounds, probably 2.5, maybe a little bit over 2.5. So yeah, anyway, it wasn't as big as the first one, that's for sure. But very welcome. Yeah, and again, I would have let it back, released it in it much further down or upstream. But again, in all the kerfuffle with the dog, I just got it back. So I suspect this swim's dead for me now, but I'll probably give it another 10-15 minutes. I might just move up 10-15 yards to the next bit and see if I can get anything there. I've never had fish in the next bit up, but I'll give it a go. So that's 2 for today. Really pleased. Good way to end the 25-26 river season. And if I can get one more up, if I can get one more in the next hour or so, I've only got about another hour and a half to go. That'll be my best session up here. I've never had more than 2 up here, but I've normally only fished 2.5 hours, 3 hours max. So, you know, we'll try and get 3. Let's go for it, Wangler. I've moved again. I started heading back down towards the car. I've come to a swim where there's a tree on the opposite side and a bit of slack beyond it. I have fished here before. It always looks so good. Never had a bite, never had a chub. But you know what? It looks good today. I've only got 20 minutes, half an hour left. I've had 2, so I'm happy. If I could get a third, that'd be a real icing on the cake. I did also whack a little bit of sweet corn in here on my way past 45 minutes ago, so I'm going to give it a go and then probably head back towards the car. It's been a cracking session. Now we're only fishing for probably 2.5 hours, 2 3/4 hours, and to have 2 fish, 1 4-pounder, is really good going. So I'm happy. End of river season on a bit of a high really, and we're going into some carp fishing. We've got a Wangler session in about a month's time at Float Farm, different lake this time. It's on the new Kestrel Lake. They've changed it and reshaped it a bit, so hoping for some big carp and maybe some big cat there as well. Meantime, let's try and get another chub on the bank before we head off. I've never caught a fish out of this swim. There it goes again, there it goes again. Oh. Come off again. Oh God, it's a bloody mud pit in here as well. I ran out of time. I just had a massive bite at the end there. The whole tip just went round. I can't believe I didn't get anything. Struck into nothing again. I just ran out of time. I've had 3 or 4 very good bites in this swim. Can't quite believe I couldn't hook one. I say that last bite, proper 2-foot twitch, struck into nothing again. So I don't know. I suspect they're smaller fish. Just playing with the bait, but great session. 2 good fish. Very nearly had a third. And if I don't get out before next Sunday, when the river season finishes, that's it for now, but a good way to end the river fishing season. The Wanglers will be back for some carp fishing and cat fishing action in about a month, so look out for that. In the meantime, get out on the bank yourselves, obviously a lake or a canal because the rivers will be closed soon, and get some fish on the bank yourself. In the meantime, please like this video, please subscribe to the channel, look back over some of the other fun and games we've had. We're the Wanglers. We're about the fun of the fishing and trying to catch a few every now and then, but it's more about the fun and getting involved. Wanglers out.